Now, as you can see over here, we do have best case, we have normal case, we have worst case, and the respective percentage. That means we have the scenario over here, and then we have the percentage over here. Okay. So now if you say I want to build some kind of visualization from this chart. Okay. So what I'm going to do is the first step is I'm going to create a data validation. Okay. So data validation drop down list. All right. So how to create a data validation drop down list? So the first thing is you go to data. That means you click the data ribbon. As you can see over here, all right, this is the data ribbon. Can you see the data ribbon? Maybe you can just type number 4 in the chat box if you can see data ribbon. Okay, so this is a data ribbon. So what you do is you click on the data ribbon. So once you click on the data ribbon, and then the next step is you go to data validation. All right, let me write this down. Data validation. And then once you have clicked the data validation, a box will appear. All right, a box will appear. That means you go to data, you click data validation. All right, a box will appear. So this box will appear, and then you click list. All right, you click list, and then the source, you just highlight all this, and then you press OK. Okay, so now you have this best case, you have normal case, and then you have worst case. So this is the drop down list. So you go to data, you click data validation, a box will appear, you click list, and you highlight all this. The next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to use VLOOKUP. All right. So if you have Excel 365, you can use XLOOKUP. But I'm using the previous Excel 2016. So I'm going to use VLOOKUP. All right. So VLOOKUP, your lookup value, I'm going to put it here. Okay. Lookup value means the value that you're going to find. So this is the value you're going to find. Your table array, I'm going to highlight all this. This is your table array because the worst case is from this table. So lookup value, table array, and then column index number, I'm going to put number 2. Why number 2? Because in this column, in this table, we have the first column, we have the second column. The first column and second column. So I'm going to put a second column and 0 for false, close bracket. There you go. Okay. So this one I'll change to percentage, will be percentage. So now if just say I just change to best case, it will show best case. If just say I click normal case, it shows normal case. All right, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some visualization. That means equal. All right, I'm going to click equal 50% over here, equal 1 minus 50%. That means if just say I click best case, so we'll show 80%. If just say I click worst case, it will show this way. All right, and from this particular data, I'm going to highlight this, and I go to insert, and then I go to the charts. I click donut chart. All right, so my friends, can you see the donut chart? My friends from India, Singapore, and Malaysia, if you can see donut chart, maybe you can show some emoji, some thumbs up. All right, so this is a donut chart, so you click here. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is, maybe I'll just put it somewhere here. Okay, maybe I'll just go somewhere down. All right, so if just say I click best case, you notice the graph changes. If just say I go to click normal case, you notice the graph changes. All right, but let me make some adjustment. Okay, let me go towards the side, and yeah, okay. All right, so I'll just try to click on the chart element. I'll just remove the legend. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is this chart title, I'm going to put equal normal case, enter. All right, so now if let's say I click best case, it shows best case. All right, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click insert. I want to click maybe some shapes, maybe. All right, so some shapes over here. All right, so this is the shape. Click this box, equal. All right, and enter on the number. So now you have this 80%. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to home, center, okay, and then try to make it bigger. All right. So now if just say I click worst case, the data shows worst case. So if just say I click normal case, the data shows normal case. All right. But now let me make some adjustment. So I go to shape format. I go to maybe no fill and then no outline. All right. This data over here, maybe I'll just try to click format, dark blue, no outline. And this data over here, I'll just to click no fill and maybe a dark blue outline. All right. So now when just say I click best case, so it shows, the company shows that, okay, best case means 80%. But if just say I click normal case, you show that it's 50-50. And if I click worst case, it appears as worst case. All right. But I notice some of you have just came in. So don't worry, I'll try to repeat again. Okay. So let me remove this. Let me zoom out little and go to the home. All right. So just to recap for those who have just came in, now we do have some scenario. Best case, normal case, worst case. And each scenario, they have their capacity. They have their own percentage. That means best case is 80%, normal case is 50%, worst case is 25%. So now in this scenario, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a drop down list. Okay, drop down list. How you can create a drop down list? Through data validation. All right. Step number one is you click data ribbon. All right. Click data ribbon. Step number two is you click data validation. Where is validation? Is normally beside text to column icon. All right. Step number three is once you click data validation, a box will appear. And then step number four is you choose list. And step number five is you highlight the required data. Okay. So if you have a pen and paper, you can actually jot this down. If you have a phone, you can take a picture, and you can actually print screen as well. All right. So the first step is you click data ribbon. Okay. Can you see the data ribbon, my friends? From India, Singapore, and Malaysia. Maybe you can just show thumbs up. If you can see data ribbon, okay, in Excel we call it ribbon. All right. So you have data ribbon here. Okay. Once you click data, can you see data validation? Maybe you can show some emoji if you can see data validation over here. So you click the data validation. So once you click data validation, what will appear? A box will appear. So now a box will appear, and then you choose list. All right. So what you do is you choose list, sorry. And then the source, what you do is you just highlight the required data. That means I want to highlight the best case, normal case. All right. So I'm going to choose, put it over here. And okay. So now you have like some kind of drop down list. Like if just say I click normal case and then I click worst case. Okay. Some kind of list. All right. Okay. So the next thing is I'm going to use VLOOKUP formula. Equal VLOOKUP. All right. So this is VLOOKUP. Your lookup value is this value because this is the value that you're going to find. Your table array is this table. Why this table? Because this data comes from this table. We want to match this table. All right. And then next is column index number. If you look at this table has two columns. The first column is best case, normal case, worst case. The second column is the percentage. So I'm going to choose the second column. All right. False means exact match. You can put 0 and all right. So now if they say I click best case, it shows best case. But now if you notice, this is appears in a normal number format. So I use alternate HP. So alternate HP, it becomes percentage. All right. And then what I do is I put here equal 80% equal 1 minus 80%. And based on this data, I go to insert, I go to this chart, I click Doughnut. All right. So I click here, maybe I'll just put somewhere here. Okay. Okay. So now if just say I click the chart title equal best case. So now I just can play around. Okay, and I can click this. So this is how it looks. And of course, I need to make some adjustment. No legend. This one, like I told you, I'm going to put it as blue color. All right, blue color, blue color. Meanwhile, this I'm going to put it as snow field, and I'm going to put this as dark blue. All right, I click this chart, go to insert. Maybe I'll just create a text box, and I'm going to click somewhere here. All right, so this one I'm going to put it equal and 25%. Okay, so of course it's too small. Let me make it center, center, middle, and then make it bigger. All right, so this one should be on the center. There you go. All right, so now if just say I choose best case, the data shows best case. Now if just say I choose normal case, the data become normal case. If just say I choose worst case, the data show worst case.